All right, guys, it's Tuesday. I'm coming on a tad bit early. I want to discuss today's esthetician chat will be specifically about our Safe Brazil cleansing bars. And we had a huge Q&A, but I also want to talk about just skin cleansing, body cleansing, post-wax, and educating our clients on cleaning themselves, body and intimate. Okay, so this is going to be a real interesting chat with us tonight. If you guys logged on with us yesterday, or you were with me yesterday, we were in Phoenix, Arizona, having a great time. Our newest distributor, Skin Addict, who is the owner of Shannon Piano, she is in Arizona, Phoenix. We had a great time yesterday. We had lots of people come out. We sold stuff. So if you're in that area and you're wanting to order Safe Brazil wax, she is a distributor. She's working on our website. So, yeah, we had a great time. We did talk a lot about our cleansing bars. And if you are not in my Smooth Skin Supply Wax Chat group, you probably have not heard about our Safe Brazil cleansing bars. Or if you're not following me on Instagram, we have launched the bars. This is now our second month that we've launched our cleansing bars for post-wax care. And these bars have opened up a lot of conversation, not only about cleansing, about discussing with their clients about post-wax, but also educating clients on their skin health. And I think we just don't have enough confidence in what we say, how we say it, and to be effective to clients. And these bars are really opening up, you know, a huge conversation started for a lot of us. So we have our new packaging. Thank you. Our new packagings are absolutely wonderful. I think they are fabulous. We have them here. Our distributor, we're located in Dallas, so we will not probably have a distributor in San Antonio or Austin just because we're one shipping away. So you can order on our website at smoothskinsupply.com, and all of the shipping is only for 1 day, so it's not that very long, but we do not have any locations in that area, and we probably won't. It just depends. So we have a lot of questions about it. If you're not in my group, I started there. I'm sorry, I got to go back. So if you're not in my Smooth Skin Supply Wax Chat group, I did a live Q&A 2-3 weeks ago. We had over 200 comments. We had lots of great conversations specifically about cleansing, how to use the bars, why the bars are so different, and why they're so effective with a lot of people who use them, and why most people who go to our cleansing bar method will not go back to a traditional soap. So if you're not familiar with bar soap, liquid soap, foaming soap, detergent, I'm gonna do a quick little, spiel and kind of explain why our bars are very different. Most soaps are very alkaline. So alkaline soaps do have a very strong reaction in the skin. Over time, some skins become used to the alkalinity, some skins do not. And you will notice skins that don't. Typically, and there's three big things that happen in skin that does not take well to bar soap in general. There is a film on top of the skin. There is also a kind of odor change. You'll notice body odor, whether it's underneath or whether it's in the personal areas. And then you'll also notice any kind of rashes or itchiness with no presence of bumps. That tends to really tell you that there's some issues going on. I have been using natural soaps, basically soaps that are not alkaline, mostly glycerin-based soaps for almost 5 years now. We started off, I did researching on soaps and skincare. As you know, my daughter has eczema, and I wanted to go more healthy when it came to cleansing, to try to understand, is that a key to people who have skin conditions. Realizing that my daughter reacted so well to them, I started using them. Awesome, Sheen. Realizing that once I removed body soaps, liquid soaps, body washes from our washing routine, that her skin was becoming more healthy. My skin was becoming more healthy. It wasn't as dry. It wasn't as tight. I also noticed a change in body odor really immediately once I started using the soaps. So for me, as you know, with my company, I typically don't bring anything into the company that I have not used, and I like to use it for years, and then I like to do a test trial. So we did a test trial of both of the soaps to about 16 estheticians. All of those estheticians have since ordered them after using them one time. And because of the fact that most people don't understand soap and cleansing, it's become really an easy way to not only sell post-wax, but it's become an easy way to open up conversations about cleansing for the skin health totality. I think this is something for me that I'm very passionate about, because I'm not just talking about our face. I'm talking about my entire body. And when you start talking about post-care, whether they're getting wax services or not, it's always a conversation starter. And we have seen so many people. I have gotten private messages, I've gotten emails, I've gotten phone calls from estheticians saying, I never really realized that my body soap was so detrimental to my skin. I never realized that taking those chemicals off of my skincare routine for my body cleansing would have such a fast effect on my skin. And I've also gotten emails from people saying, I can't believe I only bought 1 or 2 bars because I'm already out. And as soon as I went back to a regular, bar soap, I could tell a difference right away. It's a huge thing for me to educate estheticians and understanding that you can change the way people look at cleansing, because cleansing is such an important part of skincare. And when you start talking about the entire body, you open up such a bigger, broader audience than just face. And for me, I've always wanted to make income with my clients that also included other parts of their body and not just their face. So this is something that a lot of estheticians who are in our group who are starting to experience. Can the bar be used for toddlers and preteens? Bars can be used for everybody. Anybody. My daughter has been using them for years. I have posted in my group also, there was a great video on baby wash, Johnson & Johnson's baby wash, and other baby washes that have a lot of chemicals in it, because we don't understand what really happens in those bottles. None of us really read the back. And if we read the back, we can't really understand the words that are on the back, but it listed out most of the ingredients that are in those kids wash and baby washes that are actually illegal outside of the U.S. There's a lot of chemicals in there that, other countries don't, allow to be in skincare products that we do. So it's a big eye opener. So yes, to answer your questions, babies can use these soaps, preteens, kids, older adults, anyone can use them, and you will notice a difference right away. So, in taking with post-wax care, the reason this has become such a popular product for our waxing clients is because post-wax is a huge, huge issue with clients. Most clients don't understand that there should be a post-wax protocol. What we do not do well is we don't educate the proper do's and don'ts after waxing. And these soaps have now bridged a very simple thing for a lot of people. If you're not a big seller, if you want to have something that you retail but you don't want to have to push it, our soaps have become that bridge. So again, in my group we have lots of ideas. We've had multiple estheticians that have post-wax kits. The bars are already in the post-wax kits. It's easy to really explain how to use it. We have 2 basic bars. We have our personal cleansing bar. This is our #1 selling bar out of the 2, because this is really for your intimate areas. So vaginal areas, penis areas, and then anal areas. And explaining this bar and why this bar works really well is because it is specifically for that area. Now, think about it. A lot of women, we are taught or forced or marketed to use Summer's Eve wash, to use all of these pH washes that are all chemical based. When you start using an all-natural product in that area to help balance the pH and balance odor, it becomes a different ballgame. You will notice after using this bar, after the first time, you will never go back to your Summer's Eve. You won't go back to your body wash. You won't go back to your bar soap. I mean, you feel it instantly, and you notice instantly. You're like, oh my gosh, why haven't I been doing this years ago? And that's something that I always say when I use it. I'm like, why didn't I find this years ago? Why didn't I, start using healthy things on my skin years ago? I'm not having any more issues. I don't itch, and that's one thing that I've also, if you notice all of the marketing stuff to women, especially when it comes to personal area or vaginal issues, they always talk about itch or smell or, being uncomfortable or sweating. It's all because your body is fighting those chemicals. So when you take those chemicals out of the equation and you're using something natural, you don't have the itching, you don't have the uncomfortables, you don't have the scratching and the more sweating and the bad odor. So it's really starting to, for me, become exciting because I'm getting estheticians to understand that, it's not just a post-wax thing. It's not just a woman's thing. It's an education thing. It's really about educating your clients about what they're putting onto their skin. So if you're using natural ingredients on the skin skin is not going to fight it. What we want to do is we want the skin to be healthy. We want it to retain hydration. We want it to be the best it can be. We don't want to continually break it down by putting chemicals on it. We don't want to continually break down the skin barrier because we're using alkaline-based things. And when you use a soap, it is alkaline. So, if you're not familiar with that, you need to go on to Google, or you need to go on to anything and look up a really bar soap. What is the alkaline scale? And it will show you where it is on there. Then you can also look up the definition of what does alkaline do to the skin over time, and you will see how it's broken down over time. So if you know all of these, and then you come on the Say Brazil Wax Trail, you'll notice that a lot of the clients will love the soaps. And that's the thing I'm very passionate about, is not only changing the way you look at your skin, but also using products that your skin is going to accept because they're natural. And, not only my waxing products, not only my post-wax products, but using what you cleanse in, for me, is just the natural next progression in our product line, because we see that it's changing the way people are looking at their skin. So it's not just about your face. It's about your whole body. It's about if you have kids that have any kind of skin issues, and we're seeing a lot more kids now that have allergies and skin issues because we have been in such a high alkaline state for so long. So my daughter, as you know, I've talked about this a lot, she started off with eczema on her face. It moved to her chest and her underarms. It moved to the vaginal areas. And as you know, eczema moves. It never stays in the same area. There's always a new patch that's always popping up on their body. So when we really started looking at, keeping everything consistent, our bar soaps was a part of that process. What we use to cleanse, what I use to wash, what she lays on. I've had a lot of moms come up to me at shows that always ask me, you talk about your daughter and her eczema and it's under control. I said, yeah, it's not cured. It's definitely under control. But there's a lot of things that she does that I don't talk about, She doesn't sleep on any sheets. That's something we started when she was about 2 years old. We found that when she was sleeping in sheets, she would sweat. The water would get all over the sheets, and whatever detergent was in it was getting back onto her skin. So I took sheets out of the equation a long time ago. There's sheets on her bed, but she sleeps in between blankets. And we found that her sleeping in between blankets allows her to either kick it off, but she's not sweating the way she was in sheets. And she doesn't have that scratchy at night in the middle of her sleep to the point where she's bleeding. That's one thing that I always tell moms that come up to me or email me and say, my daughter has extreme eczema. What have you done? Sheets for us was the number one thing. The second thing is also our cleansing regimen. We use the cleansing bar methods. We use these diligently for every bathing session. She also uses a brand new towel. We never have the opportunity for bacteria that's taken off of the body when cleansing to multiply on her towel. She gets a fresh towel every time she bathes. So that way everything is very, nice for her. So there's a lot of things that are contributing to the controlling of her eczema. The ingredients that she still uses the Calm Serum. She uses the Ouch Balm as well. So there's a lot of natural products that are going on if she does have an outbreak or if she has it. And that's the other thing. A lot of people don't realize that anytime you have like an insect bite and she's continually scratching, typically wherever there's an insect bite, sometimes she'll also get an eczema patch. So we watch what we put onto her skin, but we also try to alleviate a lot of things that are triggers for her so that she does not get the scratching, itching situation. The other part of it too is just explaining. I have been explaining my personal cleansing, regimen along with my daughter's regimen for years, and we finally allowed, we're kind of let people peek in, but people are using the methods that we use at home to help with her, and so now these are available for people to have. So I have done a really good job at explaining, especially to people who either suffer with eczema or people who have any kind of skin conditions, just understanding how the cleansing can affect that. So for us, it's been very, I've been very amazed at how fast we've grown. We've sold almost 500 bars in the last 2 months just by educating, taking away the whole soap and alkaline situation on the skin and using natural products, and you will see a difference after the first time. It's amazing, and for me to see that people are understanding what I've been talking about for years because now they're experiencing it. So we did a test trial. We did about 16 estheticians tried the soap. Like I said, everyone who's tried it had actually purchased them as well. And that to me is like a full sentiment. That means, without 100%. So 100% of the testers that tried came back and actually bought them all. The other thing is too, is that if you do have clients that you know are having issues with keeping clean, and this is a very sensitive subject. I've spoke on this subject before. I've had conversations when I've done live classes, when I do live classes at shows. This is always an issue that comes up with body scents with clients, especially when we're looking at the Brazilian area. But just giving an idea of saying that there is help to control it. And most of that comes from the cleansing part. And I had a great conversation with someone this weekend in Phoenix, and I think it was Shannon actually. And I told her, I said, no, it wasn't Shannon. It was, what is the other gal that was there that we were waxing with? We were talking about it because a lot of people assume that we know how to bathe properly. And the conversation came up because there's a lot of men and women who don't bathe properly. They don't understand that they should be cleansing regularly. And I say this jokingly sometimes about making sure that people are clean, but some people don't know what the understanding or the meaning of cleaning is. It's beyond wanting water. It's not just letting water run on you. It's actually taking something and being able to cleanse the area completely. And the thing that I think bothers me the most is that we have a hard time discussing these kinds of topics, but it comes to your overall health. You should be cleaning out bacteria from your body regularly. And that's kind of really what's causing the odor. The reason we have a big issue with people that sweat or who wear deodorant or who wear antiperspirants is understanding the difference is because we don't have conversations about it. And for me, it's so disheartening when I see someone who is struggling and no one has ever said, what are you doing for cleansing? Have you ever thought about your toilet paper is causing you irritation? You maybe not use the toilet paper you're using. Maybe try using, a Kleenex that has nothing on it. That's a very cheap Kleenex because it's 100% cotton. I mean, all these conversations I've had with different types of people, but it's become very eye-opening to me as I'm sharing our cleansing bars and our cleansing methods that people just don't understand the cleansing process at all. And that's, I think, where a lot of us waxers come in, where we're kind of like, I don't understand why there's toilet paper still in your booty crack, why you have fuzz from toilet paper all over you, or why you haven't removed all of the fecal matter out of your anus, or why, you have things coming out of your vagina and you did not know, but you allowed me to see it. There's a lot of that happens and that we see as a Brazilian waxer, but it goes back to really understanding the cleansing part. People sometimes just don't know how to wash right. They just don't. So does that mean that we explain it? Absolutely. Is it a difficult thing to do? It is to an extent. Is it embarrassing to do? It is for some people. But once you understand, how to explain it in a way that is not embarrassing, but it's very clear, it's very easy. It's extremely easy. So I would definitely encourage you guys to go into my Smooth Skin Supply Wax Chat group. You can watch the video. I did it live and it's pre-recorded and it's playing over and over again. I think we're up to 600 or 700 views. And you can see all the questions that came up that I answered specifically about the cleansing bars and how to really understand. They can definitely boost your post-wax sales. They can boost your sales in general because most of us don't have a full body cleansing product. And we certainly don't have a full body cleansing natural product. Especially that. Have I put together a written information sheet that you can email or given to clients? Amy, why would I need to do that? Help me out. And what kind of information maybe are you looking for? Maybe that's another question. Because I'm not really sure what are you talking about the cleansing bars? Help me out a little bit. To introduce, I don't need to have I think this is more of you wanting verbiage to say to clients to buy them, maybe? I want to make sure I'm reading you right. Because this is more, what you're trying to get is something more individual. I retail them for, I don't even remember the prices, but $6 per bar. Do you have a sales? I don't know. I have to say no, because it's not, to me, it's not a hard sell, but there's really no instructions. We have a body bar and an intimate bar. You use them every time you bathe. But if you have an issue with coming up with the conversation starter to explain them, yeah, I don't know. I don't have an issue selling them. So no, I don't have an informational sheet for clients, because I don't really need one. It's pretty self-explanatory. We do have information on the back of each box. So for our body cleansing bar, we just say use a body cleansing bar with or without a washcloth. And then on the back of the intimate bar, we say for cleansing personal areas, we suggest using your hands. But as far as selling it, I don't have a script for that. No. And I don't know if you need help with the script, or do you need help with selling or suggesting? Maybe that's a better question. Are you selling products now, like facial products or any kind of post-wax products? Are you selling them now? And if you are, and that's why I said in the video, I would encourage you to actually watch or read yourself so that you can have your own thing to say. Because if you don't understand alkalinity, and if you don't understand what alkaline and what isn't, then you need to look it up and research it. And Google is a great place to do it. $6 a bar. Can you, at $6, you can include it in the price? Yeah, absolutely. So if you, I would say go onto Google, look up alkalinity and skin bars or skin cleansers, and that'll give you a better idea on how to explain it. But every person uses a bar of soap. There's not that many people who don't use bar soap or use a soap wash, and then that way you can kind of get your own verbiage. Because for me, there's different things. Like I may have a client that comes up that I know has, eczema. I'm going to talk to them about really helping with the eczema. So it really depends on the person too. But I think it starts with you. If you are not comfortable talking about body care, that's something that's going to be an even bigger help to boost up your sales for that. And then again, I think you're in my Smooth Skin Supply Wax Chat group. There's 5, I think, postings up there about how they sell. Donna Curry is one of them. She sells the most. She has a private group for her customers who come to her, and all of them have been discussing, very intimately how the bar has been helping them. There was another gal that posted her post-wax kit. The kits include the soap. So she does the Ouch Balm retail, the Calm retail, and this soap for post-wax. There was another esthetician that posted that she talked about her own personal experience, and that's how she's been selling all the bars. So there's really no kind of like right or wrong way. It's kind of finding your own niche. How do you relate to the bars? Have you used the bars? That's a big one, Amy. Have you actually used the bars? Because I think once you use them, it's an easier way to sell them, because then that way you can speak from your own experience. And if you haven't used them, I would suggest you getting some. And we have no minimums on our website, but actually getting them and trying them yourself so that you can have like a personal stake and say, I love them because I saw blah, 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 blah right away. But if you're not using them, I would suggest to use them, and then that'll give you a lot more ideas on helping to boost your retail sales too. But yeah, I can't, on this one, I can't really give you a script. I don't have a script. Yeah, because there's just too many different variables. So like my eczema folks, my folks that get, bug bites a lot, I love to talk to them too, because I tell them all the time, you're doing things to your skin that's causing bugs to come to you. So let's take some stuff and start talking about that. Let's talk about Ouch Balm too, and putting on those bug bites. I have some people that spray perfume all over their body, including their personal areas. So like every person I talk to about it has a different kind of situation. I have some people that don't wear any perfume, deodorant, or anything, and then, they smell real bad. So then you start talking about that. I have someone who loves to use, what was she saying that she loves to use? Yeah, every person I've talked to has been very, very different. This includes estheticians too. So I would suggest using it. Use it, look up alkalinity, explain what the soap is doing on their skin and why some of them feel so dry and so tight, and why they're experiencing what they experience, especially when it comes to body odor, and then encourage them to try it. If you would like, there's 2 other estheticians that actually put them in for their Brazilian waxing. They just boost up the price of the Brazilian wax, and the personal bar is already included, and they get to take this home. So that might be something that you could do for a promotion. You could do it for 1 month. every wax gets a personal bar to take home. You kind of, boost it up and say, for a special price, we're doing for this. It covers your cost for this, because your cost is like $3. And then the more you buy, the more we discount it down. And then, you could do that. The other thing you could also do is, instead of a tip for them, or if they give you a tip, you give them this. It's kind of a give thing, so that the tip covers your bar of soap that you pay for, but you also can give it to them so that once it's done, they will come back and buy it. I'm going to tell you that right now. They will buy the soap. That's not something that is a no-brainer, because they're going to see after about 2 days, they're going to see there's a whole different change in how their body feels, how their body is scent is. They're going to see a definite change in all of that. And that's one thing that most of the people who use them, they see. That's like a guarantee. You're going to see a change. So there's a couple different ideas that you can present to them. So you can either give it to them post-wax. You can do a promotion. If they do tip you, you can say, you know what, for being just a great customer to us, we want to say thank you. Boop, boop. You can also, if you're redoing your menu, you can price it to include that for post-wax. So if you're charging $65, bump it up to $70. That covers your cost of the bar, and they get this every time they come in. You could also... have a promotion for it and just say that you have something to help. And I love Donna Curry's. If you follow her on Instagram, and it's Donna Curry. Donna Curry Aesthetics is the name of her business, but she has a great post, and she just says, I'm going to be honest, some of us don't want to talk about, our odor, whether it's before we start our cycle or after we start our cycle. These bars help. Like, she really put it out there and got such a huge, great response from so many women. And she's ordered, I think now almost 92 bars since we launched 2 months ago. So it really just depends on, she's used them too. She was one of our testers. It depends on how much you want to invest your education is, how much you want to relay great information to your clients, and then how personal do you want to get? Because cleansing and washing is a personal issue. It's a personal, intimate thing that we don't discuss. So the minute you open up yourself about that, and you open up yourself about, discussing your cleansing, then it becomes more, your clients become more attached to you because you're being real and honest. And that's one thing that I've always found, especially when I started talking about body image, when I started talking about if someone has a body odor. It's a very sensitive subject, but once I put myself out there first, then it became, oh yeah, you saw a difference? I would love to try it. It really became easier for us, especially estheticians who are selling our bars. It becomes very easy because once you use it, you're not going to, go back, but you also have a relatable thing to discuss with your clients, because everyone has some kind of odor. It may not be bad, but we all have our own individual scents, and chemicals will change our scent. When we have a period, it changes our scent. When men don't bathe correctly, they have a scent. When they, don't want to bathe after going to the gym and being sweaty, there's a scent. There's always going to be some kind of scent. And I would rather have my natural scent not be affected by chemicals, which often it is. And that's why, it changes because of the chemicals. So when you start explaining that and then they use it, it's like, oh. Yeah, a lot of people don't know about the underwear to bed. Yes, absolutely. Not wearing panties. What are you bathing with? Are you bathing with something that's going to affect your pH? Most of us do, because alkaline-based products affect the pH in our skin. So if you were never, and I was in school with that, there's a pH stick, and I actually said that I may do this on a Periscope where I show a pH stick going into like a body wash so you can see how alkaline it is. And we did this test. I did this in high school, and then I also did this in beauty school. We had alkaline tests on a lot of products to see how much alkaline was in it. So like cleansers, we did for moisturizers, we did for serums, we did for alpha and beta hydroxy peels. We did for bar soap, and we actually use dishwashing soap to show that as well, so that you can really see how many ingredients have alkaline in them. You tell your client to allow themselves to breathe at night, no underwear. Absolutely. And it should be post-wax, no underwear either, but a lot of us do that. You got your box today and just placed another order for bars. Awesome. Yeah, the bars are fabulous. And it's really, such a unique thing, because I think a lot of us don't think in body. We only think in face. when we think about products. And yeah, there's a lot of body products that are out in the market. There's a lot of body products that are great, but there's nothing that really explains why we should be bathing in healthier things that don't cause our skin to go to the alkalinity side. Because a lot of bad things happen when they go alkaline in the skin. And I know there's a big movement with drinking alkaline water for internal. That's completely different. All I'm talking about is alkalinity in the skin. If you have extremely dry skin, if no matter what moisturizer you use and your skin is still dry, you should look at the soaps that you're putting on your body or what you're cleansing with. If you have scratching and itching and tightness in areas all of the time, you should be looking at what kind of bar of soaps or cleansing, because a lot of that has to go to the alkalinity of the product that's on your skin. So when you start thinking about that, and then we talk about our cleansing bars kind of take that all away. I had 2 people send me private messages about, Summer's Eve. They use Summer's Eve and they've been using it for years. Will this change? And it absolutely will change. You won't need the Summer's Eve anymore because this is taking the place of that. I had 2 people discuss with me that they use the Summer's Eve wipes as well. And you have to remember, we're technically don't really need to go all up into the vagina area, past the vulva, all up in and start digging around. That's not really what we're supposed to do. And all of those, cleansing cloths also have chemicals on them as well that change the pH on the inside very quickly the minute that those chemicals touch that area. So if you know this and you educate yourself and you're open to having not just conversations, but open to using something that is going to change that area, the body scent and all of that, I'm always a fan, like, why not? What is it going to hurt? The other thing is that wouldn't you want something where your clients see a result after 2 days and come back to you and say, I never knew. Thank you so much for telling me or allowing me to experience this. Yeah, we would, because it's different. And you have to admit, when you start talking about body odor and you start talking about, women's health, you start talking about cleansing, it's not comfortable. Not comfortable. You have happy clients with the bars. Yes, Tiffany. Yes, Tiffany reached out to me as well and just said she couldn't believe that what I was saying was actually true. And again, it's not just the saying that is true, it's experiencing it. And I always tell every esthetician that either comes to me with a question, she said her honeypot is happy. Absolutely. Whenever an esthetician comes to me with that question, I always say, with general daily use, how long does one bar last? It really depends. The body bar is going to go faster than the intimate bar. Intimate bar should last a while. The body bar is going to last depending on if you keep it in a dry area. If you keep it in a wet area or if there's always water coming on it, it's going to continue to disintegrate. And that's just the glycerin base. So I don't know. For me, I might go through a bar a week, but I also bathe twice a day, and I'm like a double, triple bather per bath. So every shower, I at least have 2 or 3 lathers that I'm going through with the body soap, but then I shower morning and I shower at night. So that's just me. But Angela's on, Angela uses the bars. She loves the bars, and she's been telling her secrets. She leaves the bars outside of the cleansing area, so she leaves it outside of her shower and her bath so that it dries completely and then brings it back into the shower, and hers has been lasting a lot longer. I'm lazy. I keep mine in the shower. My husband uses it too. That's one, requirement that I have of him. He loves me and I love him, but I don't want any soaps at all in my shower or for him on his skin at all. And he's been noticing the difference too. About 2 weeks, twice per day. Okay, so yeah, so she's going on 2 weeks. And she does pull her soap out. So I leave mine in all the time. I never know when I'm going to go in. But Angela has noticed by taking it out of the shower where, no water gets on it, that it's lasting longer. And I may do that. I might start doing that. With my daughter, it's about the same thing. She goes through a bar about twice every 2 weeks. And she has both bars. That's one thing I've educated her. She's 10 now, so you have your body bar and you have your intimate bar. So this is just for your intimate areas. You lather with your hands and you leave here. Yeah, she leaves it out of the shower in a dry space. Yeah. So it's really, again, not only just experiencing it for yourself so that you know what you can tell your clients, but also bringing something that is completely healthy, but they're going to see a change. They're going to notice. They're going to notice. You find it lasts a little over a week, so you started keeping it in a soap holder. Okay, Tanya, yes. Tanya also was one of our samples, one of the first people to sample, and we sent her some bars as well. You do lather it down to the nub. Absolutely. You use it down till you get a chip. You know, you keep lathering it down, and then when you get a new bar, like I said, you take the new bar, you place that chip right on top, you sprinkle some water on it, it'll melt right in, and then you keep going. So, yes, you also find it makes... sure you rinse the subs off to keep it longer as well. Absolutely, yeah. So no bubbles on it, no nothing. So absolutely, yes. Tanya was in our initial test group as well. She has since come back and shared her knowledge as well. The suds left when not in use, it melts it, absolutely. And add the chip to the new one. Yes, you do. So we don't throw nothing away, you know. You don't do anything. You use it down to the chip, and then you put it on top of that new bar, sprinkle some water on it, let it melt into there, and then you're ready to go and keep going. It's exciting, though. I have seen a great response from estheticians all over the world. I have sold my bars now into the UK. My Canadian distributor, Skin Effects, also has the bars now. I've sold it to clients all over the world, our cleansing bars, and we're getting such a rave review because of the efficacy of them. They're very effective. The one thing I will explain to you as well, there is no scent. Neither bar has a scent. So they have no scent, which is what I wanted. You were in my test group and you loved it, and you were never a bar soap fan. Absolutely. I wasn't either. I never been a bar soap fan. I've gone between bar soaps and I've gone between body washes, and I never liked it. I always would get out and be like, I still stink. Why am I stinking? And I've scrubbed like 3-4 times. I'm scrubbing, but not realizing the alkalinity was changing the skin as soon as it touched it every time. So again, light bulb for me. But the soaps have no scent. And that's something that I wanted. And I'm a big fan of that. Absolutely. Your clients love it, and you have your daughter using them both. Awesome, Tanya. Yeah, it's really, to me, has been such an eye-opener when it comes to cleansing. Like, I'm noticing a huge difference. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm not embarrassed anymore. I'm not like, ooh, you know, if I smell me, you can smell me. It's not even like that anymore. It's completely different. And every person that I talk to that uses them absolutely loves them. So definitely, if you are interested in buying some or even trying some, get onto my website, www.smoothskinsupply. You want to go under Save Brazil, and then you'll see Save Brazil cleansing bars. And then you can try one or the other or both. There's 2 people that smell like mothballs. You want to try them too. Mothballs, Lord have mercy. And see, the funny thing about mothballs, my God, I'm going to come back to that. Your mom has pancreatic cancer survivor. She loves it. You gave it to her because it's chemical free. Absolutely, Tanya. Absolutely. And that's one thing that I really want to encourage women, especially that are suffering from, you know, cancer, especially with the whole chemical things, is being very cognizant of what you're putting onto your body. I have a good friend that I sent her mom. She was suffering from breast cancer. I sent her Ouch Bomb. I sent her Calendula. I actually need to send her some bars of soap. I think I will. And I sent her in both sizes to travel with and to keep. And she sent me this beautiful note back. She absolutely loves them. She was so thankful. The Calm, because it does have Calendula in it, has been helping her with all of her burns from everything, and has been wonderful. You might want to speak to that with the women going through cancer. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I've thought about it a couple different times. I know we have a lot of oncology aesthetics that's going on. I've thought about partnering with some of them and just, you know, explaining that we have these wonderful products that can help with that. I have not, in Dallas, I haven't even gotten in any contact with any of the organizational groups. I would love to do that when I find time. That would be awesome. Tanya said the scent was the hard part with some clients. They love fruity scents, told them to trust you. Yeah, and that's the thing about fruity scents. If you explain to a lot of clients that fruity scent is actually artificial, that's not the actual scent. Most scents that you smell are all chemical. So and that chemical again is going to react with the skin. They've given up on the Bath and Body scented soaps. Absolutely. They're available for private label. No, not at this time. I probably won't. And if I do, it'll be a very high purchase. Like, you'll probably have to purchase 100 bars in order to do that. So, Bath and Body is the enemy. There's a lot of chemicals in their products. And for me, it's just really, you know, making them understand what they're putting onto their skin. So, what time is it? Oh, I'm ending a little early. But if you want to watch the Q&A, we had lots of good questions. Again, that's in my Smooth Skin Supply Wax Chat group. You can always watch that there as much times as you want. This will be posted onto YouTube for everyone who is interested. When I do post it on YouTube, I will put the links directly for estheticians to purchase. And yeah, I'm so glad those of you guys who are using the bars are chiming in and letting people know how much you love them. You told them it's not real strawberry, it's actually a chemically treated strawberry. Absolutely. It's not even a strawberry, to be honest. I think I saw, it was either on like PBS or one of the educational channels, like the scent that they get is not actually even from the strawberry. It's the scent that we attribute to it, but it's not the scent of the actual strawberry itself. It's so weird when it comes to scent. And I love scents, as you know. I love my perfumes. That's one thing I'll never give up is my perfumes. I love my perfumes. But the older I get, the more I'm understanding the perfumes, the more I'm like, well, you know, I'll keep two. But we have a lot of chemicals that we come in contact with. And we have to, you know, FD&C red, absolutely. We have to realize what comes in contact. And I'll tell you a funny story. This weekend, I ran on deodorant. And Angela was like, she was just sitting up there looking at me. And I use the straight antiperspirant. Like, I use men's antiperspirant. Just because I've gone the natural route with my deodorants. And for me and my body, it just doesn't work. And I've admitted that. And that's one thing that I say. I have my perfume and I have my antiperspirant. Those are the two things that I say. But everything else, I try to be as healthy as possible. And I told Angela, I said, well, until we can go to the store, I need to borrow your deodorant. Can I borrow your deodorant? And she didn't say nothing. And she kind of just put it over here, you know, to the side because we were at the mirror together. And she just put it at the side and just did like this. And me not looking, I looked at it. I said, what? Oh, is that a straight deodorant? She was like, yeah, I'm purging all the chemicals right now. You should have told somebody, Angela. So I took it, put it on. I said, Lord have mercy. I only got about an hour until I turn funk on this. So I need to go to the store, get my antiperspirant. And she was like, I'm doing healthy. We got our soaps. I'm doing deodorant only. I'm trying to go chemical free. And I said, well, good luck, honey. Good luck. What is the brand of my antiperspirant? The one that I use, honey, I use the Men's Speed Stick. Yes. Yes. That's kind that I use. The natural deodorants or the antiperspirant or deodorants, you know, that are all natural. The one that I found the best until my body went rogue on it was the Dermalogica. And I don't even know if Dermalogica still sells their deodorant. I should have brought my stuff. Team Rudy. I know I should have brought my stuff, but dang. Dermalogica has a deodorant. I don't know if they still have it or they still sell it. This was years ago. That was the best one that I liked the longest. I guess there's a Tom's deodorant. There's a Crystal deodorant. There's something else that someone else was telling me about that is also an all-natural deodorant. And, you know, if you go and just Google all-natural deodorants, a lot of things pop up. My issue with natural deodorants is that I still sweat, and I don't want to feel the moisture underneath my arms. That's number one. And number two, it takes about a good 2 weeks for your body to become used to that. Yeah, Tom's Marine, aluminum free. But it does take some time. There's a time that your body's going to purge all those chemicals that it's used to having from the antiperspirant. And it just... So, Sandra says, I use the natural deodorant from Smell Good Spa. Okay, yeah. So, you know, there's some ideas. That's just one thing I know. I can't do it. It takes time to adjust. You know, I didn't realize that. And like I said, you know, this is before I met my husband, this is before I met my first husband. And I went on a date, thought I was cute, and honey, I was fine. Until I went to go give him a kiss goodnight. And then just all kind of just funk hit him. And I seen it on his face too. And I'm like, damn. And I was in my 2 weeks. And that stuff I was just stank. I just was funky musty. And, you know, I was like, okay, I'll give it another 2 weeks. But again, I also was still using a bar soap. So I think that if I do try it again, and I'm not saying if I do, but I think if I try it again with the cleansing bars, I may have a better transitional time because I won't be using such alkaline-based products. So I may, but I don't know. I don't know. I might have to pray about that because, you know, that 2 weeks is rough for me, you know, because I like to do my Zumba. I like to do my yoga. You know, I be on the go. So I can't be funky musty up in there. I just can't. So yeah. But those of you guys who are chemical free and you don't use any deodorant or antiperspirants and you're on that, I give it to you. It's just those 2 weeks are rough. They are really, really rough. And yeah, I just got everything under control. So to let that control go, I'm not sure if I'm ready to do that right now. But it might be different. I think it will be different because I won't be using a body wash. I won't be using a bar soap. I'll truly be using, again, a natural soap. So I might have some better results. The other thing is, too, is that, I don't have any underarm hair, which I've noticed. I started doing laser on my underarms. My daughter was a year. So I lasered 9 years ago. I had, I think, 8 sessions for my underarms. So I don't have a lot of hair. But this was before I started doing anything with removing the hair on my underarms. So I think it might be different because I hardly have any hair under my underarms, as you know, and I need to go get sugared, and I don't even have any hair. But I think that might make a big difference as well because back then, I was, in my 20s and I was shaving. So I had hair present. So I think just those things would change a lot. So yeah, you don't use any deodorant and you have oil pulling too. Oh yeah, oil pulling. I still oil pull now. I oil pull every day. I love the oil pulling. My husband oil pulls. I can tell when he doesn't. So the oil pulling has been definitely a godsend because I think just talking about, bad breath, and I did a Periscope on bad breath and I talked about how I oil pull. The oil pulling is fabulous. It's very simple. It doesn't take very long. It takes only maybe 2 or 3 times after doing it. Then you lose, all of the funk and the film on your tongue and the back of your throat goes away because you're oil pulling and pulling out all of that bacteria with the oil. So yeah, I love oil pulling. That I will never give up. My daughter's now oil pulling. She doesn't do it as consistent as I want her to, but she is oil pulling. So I'm hoping I can start to put her on that routine to start doing that as well. So she won't have to rely, or she'll start to understand the importance of, mouth health. My mom's a dental hygienist. Everybody always comments how white my teeth are. They were tortured to this state, but I will, I thank her, just because we started off, doing, retainers and all that when we were really young, but it's not just having straight teeth. It's also about having very healthy gums, having a healthy tongue, having definitely a healthy back of the throat if you still have tonsils present and all of that stuff. I used to have food that used to get caught into my tonsils, and that was kind of contributing to my bad breath. But since I've been oil pulling, I don't have any issues with anything in my tonsils at all. I don't have any issues with bad breath at all. Your kids complain about oil pulling. What do you recommend? My daughter oil pulls, but I actually put a timer on her phone so she can dance and do whatever she wants in that 10 minutes. Usually it's while she's running around. So, you need to make your lunch, you need to comb your hair, you need to get all your backpacks and stuff. So the 10 minutes goes by very fast, but I just put it on a timer. And she loves to set her timer anyway because she thinks she's doing something. But my daughter has already started off with dental care. She's already had braces and she's 10. She's had retainers before. She's had teeth pulled. So I think with her, I'm able to scare her enough, especially with the teeth pulling. Do you want the dentist to pull more teeth because it's going to hurt again? Because she had an impacted tooth. So her gum actually swelled up to 3 times the size because the tooth was stuck. And they had to cut open the gum in order for the tooth to excise down. So I can just show her that picture of it was swollen, and I have no issues. And I have no problem blackmailing her in order to get what I need. But she's been through pain with her teeth. So the minute we have those discussions, absolutely. And I bring up all of that, she has no issues. But she sees me oil pull. So I think when she sees me oil pulling, then she's like, I want to oil pull too. So I make sure that I show it. My husband shows when he's oil pulling, he'll walk around, he'll get on the computer, he'll, wash clothes, wash dishes, and he's oil pulling and he's making a big deal out of it. So we really try to make sure that we make a big deal that we're both, oil pulling and getting everything out. So, hi, Stink Link. Oh. Okay. Hi, love.
They're being professional.
Oh, they're being professional. They both just walked by. Everybody saw you. You could at least stopped and said hi. No, they ain't feeling my Periscope tonight at all. They're not feeling it at all. You see Rudy put up 2 fingers and kept going. Oh, Oh, they crack me up. But yeah, oil pulling, all of that healthy stuff. It's just something I think for our generation is just, it's not widely accepted because it's not widely discussed. We don't really discuss it. And I have been an advocate of discussing it. I mean, we are so close to people all the time, whether we're doing makeup or we're doing a facial or we're talking to them or, you know, they're laying down and we're leaning over them. They can smell a lot of stuff, you know, it's just, you know, being body aware. And that's something that's very passionate to me, but I also don't want people to come back and say, oh, her breath stank. Do you think it would work for cigarette smokers? Absolutely. Yes, it would. Absolutely. And cigarette smokers just have to understand that it's not just their mouth that the smoke and all of the toxins are going into, it's their nose as well. So, you know, they have to really understand that. But I never understood the whole smoking and then chewing gum, because chewing gum doesn't do anything. It's really about the tongue and the palate. So I think oil pulling would help a lot. Yeah, and I think that would be a really good experiment too with all of that. So I'm going to go ahead and log off. The little diva's home. It's late. She needs to get up. She has to be in. I just went to the parents meeting tonight, so her school starts at 7:30, tardy at 7:45, so she got to hit it hard and early in the morning. So I'm going to sign off. Miss Angela should be coming back with us on Thursday to discuss, because she did miss last week, so she's going to be bringing us a Periscope on Thursday. We're excited about that. If you have not gotten her cost per service worksheet for either your waxing services or your skincare services, she did post on skincare, Skin Biz Supply, and you can see if you would like to get it, it's $25. You can get it for your business. I will try to come back. I may or may not come back this week. It's a little hazy. I hope everybody has a great 3-day weekend. It's 3-day weekend this weekend. I will be back next Tuesday. I'm also going to be posting in my next live Q&A in my Smooth Skin Supply Wax Chat group. So if you're not in my Smooth Skin Supply Wax Chat group, I would encourage you to get in there. That's what I've been doing, all of my free Q&As. So I've done about the cleansing bars. Last week I did about our ingrown mask and our green cream. That was a great conversation. The next one I'm going to be doing will be about our ouch bomb. Our ouch bomb is a secret weapon, especially for those clients who don't want to wait. They want to, you know, do naked wrestling. You have that product for them. If you lift skin, we're going to talk about skin lifting and the reasons why skin lift. We're going to talk about chafing. We're going to talk about the importance of understanding and getting clients to understand what they're doing to their skin when it chafes, and understanding any kind of skin condition where Ouch Bomb is very helpful for. So keep an eye on that. Join me in my group, and I'm going to log off. You can always rewatch this on my Periscope. You can watch it here because I change it so that it never deletes. But I'm going to upload this to my YouTube channel as well. You can also watch all of my old Periscopes on my YouTube channel, and that's Stephanie Laynes. You can do a search for it, and yeah, all that'll pop up. Okay? Have a great night, guys. Take care. Bye. It doesn't want to cut off again. Why is my phone acting like this? Goodness gracious. It doesn't want to let me go. Bye.